Good day. This is Leroy Muhammad, life coach, on our first Turn Your Passion into Profits podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe to tevolution1re@gmail.com. Once again, that's tevolution, the number 1re@gmail.com. Let's go over a couple of things as it relates to turning your passion into profits and really what that would look like. I just want to share a few things with you along my journey that hopefully you'll find some benefit in it for yourself. One of the things that you definitely want to do is to start your entrepreneurial process, your journey sooner. In other words, there's no reason to wait. And you can start regardless of where you are right now. So that's two big things to think about, to consider. Again, starting your process sooner means that your family will benefit longer. All right? And remember, regardless of where you are currently, you can start today. All it takes is the right mindset, right? Does it sound too easy? Okay, that's good. Whether that's the case or not, you need to hear it, and hopefully it will jog something. It will motivate you, inspire you, like I was motivated and inspired to begin my journey. Number two, when you do, like I said, start your entrepreneurial journey sooner. This way, you'll be at the top of the list in terms of what most people are doing. You'll be ahead of the curve in that respect. And I really have to add this in there as well. Don't sell yourself short. Don't sell yourself short. Put yourself in a position to set your family up for generations. All right? Number three. As funny as it may sound, engage with a life coach. So, a coach can help guide you through your own individual progress. And I heard a wise man say about coaching that you never, ever underestimate the power of having a life coach or a business coach in your corner, cheering you on through the rough patches, picking you up, dusting you off, and getting you back into the game. Hopefully that makes sense. And making you accountable to your own accomplishments, goals, dreams, and aspirations. I can really attest to my own in the the mastermind group that we're part of. We're really, really excited to offer you some of what it is that we have, that we're pushing toward. All right, let's continue. Number four, when you start your entrepreneurial journey at an earlier stage in your development, these things are very key, and they certainly are helping me as I go along the same journey. See yourself as a recording artist and being on an independent label, right? Being on an independent label might be critical to your success once you've made up your mind to go that route. And then as an entrepreneur, see yourself in a similar way. You are independent now. Your thoughts, your deeds, your actions all lead toward that mindset. And everything you do from then on is predicated on that. Let's go a little deeper into that. Number 5, you must have a solid and proven method of establishing yourself as a successful entrepreneur. This means that you must have a roadmap to potential riches. Leaving this to chance is the same as guaranteeing failure. If you do not possess such a plan, you'll be leaving money on the table, jeopardizing your family's wealth. I want to make that point and let that sink in a moment. Number 6, understanding how to bring value to the marketplace for the benefit of your audience while making an impact on people's lives. It's not merely just about chasing money. It really should be about having a positive impact on the lives of people, your audience, the group who you are looking to, whatever, depending on whatever your product or service is, that's who your target market is. You want to make sure that you have a positive impact on that group, if that makes sense. Let's keep going. Number 7, what it means to be a subject matter expert. You may not think that you may not look at yourself as such. I know it's hard sometimes for some of us to think of ourselves as an expert in anything, but the fact remains, whatever you're passionate about, whatever it is you may even be involved in right now, you could look at yourself as a subject matter expert in that particular field, okay? Or that niche, so to speak. And that's number 8, how to choose a niche. And then number 9, so let's go with number 8. Let's stay on number 8, how to choose a niche. What it is that you're good at. Let's use an example. Let's say that you are you're into health and fitness or wellness. There are really 3 big ones. Let's say that you're into health, fitness, and wellness. That is a field that is wide open. But let's say you specifically narrow it down to a particular service or core curriculum, even that you may have even adopted or brought forth or that you're bringing forth. You want to make sure that you're choosing a niche, something that is specialized. You have a particular interest in it. That's what it is that you do. And in that example, you would market toward that based on what your products, goods, and services may be. In addition to the coach helping to guide and direct and make it even more specialized and honing it down specifically to a specific target market. That's what you want to do. It may start off wide like a funnel, but then it gets narrow and narrower and narrower. And that's how you want to narrow down what it is that you'll provide to the marketplace. Number 9, you must own your content. Much like the example about the recording artist and being on an independent label. As an entrepreneur, you'll be owning your content. What does that mean? What does that look like? Well, your product, your service, learning copyright and publishing is a substantial part of producing assets for you and your family, and protecting your assets. Hopefully that makes sense. That content, your content, the content that you'll be bringing to the marketplace, there's a way to protect it. And those are things that you must think about when you're talking about an entrepreneurial endeavor, when you're talking about turning any passion into profit, when you're talking about stepping out of the 9-to-5 into the free market arena. Keep these things in mind. Number 10, steal away. What does that mean? So if you were to be approached and you're interested and you have something that it is that you're passionate about, or you need help to bring it forward, this is the approach from the if you properly approach this if you approach this properly, it can be very rewarding. So in other words, if you are tied to a job, keep your job and then work periodically on what it is that you're interested in, a little at a time, until you're able to move directly out of one sphere into a new reality. Take your time. Do it right. This simply means, once again, that if you're tied to a job, that you want to plan it, to strategize, to organize your exit, or your exit from the corporate America or wherever it is you're tied to. Doing it, having the opportunity to approach it from this standpoint, I know for me, years down the line, if you're starting now or you have thoughts of starting now, take these things and others into consideration. Number 11, again, is steal away with financial capital. Put a little bit of your hard-earned money from your job. After you put your budget together, whatever's left over, allocate a part of it toward your eventual moving forward as a new business owner. It's going to save you a lot of time and frustration as opposed to starting from scratch. And then again, once you've accumulated whatever it is you've accumulated over time, and you're able to add it toward your move, it's gonna allow you the ability to create, to think, not feel rushed. That's huge. Not making a move because you may be desperate. But if you're on a job and there's some things that you're thinking about or passionate about, approaching it from this standpoint allows you to be creative, have a positive impact on what it is that you're doing, and not all emotional. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Allows you to leverage your move or your exit properly. All right? Let's continue. Number 12. Once you are thinking about entering into the arena of self-employed, this means that you must completely learn and speak a new language. I know this new language includes, but is not limited to. All right, here we go. Understanding the difference between assets and liabilities. I know some of you may already know these things, but these are just some things to consider. Income over wages. Employee versus employer. Erasing the 9-to-5 mindset. That's a big one. That is a big one. And overcoming your limited beliefs and getting out of your comfort zone. Let me repeat that. In addition, part of this new language includes, but's not limited to, overcoming your own personal limited beliefs and getting out of your comfort zone. It's not as hard as it may seem. And let me just say this as well. This is daily. This is a daily occurrence. The positive mindset or the positive mental attitude, the PMA, is 24/7. You have to guard your thinking. You have to guard and be careful and intentional about the people around you. As you begin to pivot out of one sphere of influence into a new reality, please keep these things in mind. Number 13, do not underestimate number 12. Ponder over that again. It's been said that the process of divesting yourself out of the 9-to-5 mindset can take a minimum of 2 years. A minimum of 2 years. It's ongoing. It's daily. But you can start now. Doesn't have to be foreign. And it really doesn't have to be, scary. Scary to the point that you remain frozen. Be inquisitive enough to give yourself a chance. And don't underestimate yourself in the process. All right, let's continue. Number 14. When you begin to move as part of that new language, new attitude, new way of thinking, as you move differently, you'll be talking different. And most certainly, you'll be thinking differently than at any other time in your professional life as you continue to move forward and grow. Yeah. All right, let's go on to the next one. Number 15. With this change, you'll experience a significant change in your inner circle, which will change as well as you change. Hopefully that makes sense. It's been said that if a person wants to gauge where they are in their development at any given time, any given point, all you have to do, one of the things that you can do is to evaluate and assess your closest inner circle. That inner circle, whoever those people are, closest around you, whatever that mindset is, whoever those people are, your close confidants, that's who you are. Like it or not. As an entrepreneur, as a person who is looking to be self-employed, if that is what you're interested in doing, in order to achieve different results, you have to go into a different mind frame, a different attitude, undergo a totally different mindset and teaching, if that makes sense. You cannot continue doing the same thing you've done and expect to get a different result. We know what that definition is. You cannot bring a 9-to-5 mindset into the self-employment free enterprise arena. It won't work. But give yourself time. Be patient with yourself. That is not meant to be anything other than a wake-up call. I know it was for me for many years. As you begin to change and grow, certain people will no longer be in your inner circle, and that's okay. Things happen, people grow, times change. As an entrepreneur, it is your job, part of your job or your employment has to be you have to be intentional about what it is you're thinking, who is thinking, who you're talking to about what it is you're thinking. It's really a exercise in seeing how much you have inside and bringing it out, and not being afraid to succeed or fail. Failure is just another opportunity. It's another stepping stone to your ultimate goal. Failure is part of the process. It's not separated from that process. All right. Number 16, I think I mentioned it a minute ago, PMA, positive mental attitude. Man, this one right here, this is huge. Having and nurturing a positive mental attitude determines your altitude in life. It really does. It will determine how far you go in whatever endeavor you're involved in. And along with that comes positive energy, the affirmations, positive self-talk, being able to overcome any self-defeating, self-destructive thoughts, deeds, and actions. That is all on the menu for any successful entrepreneur who expects fine dining. I made that up myself. I hope you like that. I hope you find some enjoyment in that. If you want to achieve whatever it is your goals, etc., are, and you have not changed anything about your previous situation, then you have to look at that. And if you're assessing where you are and you have not made changes or have a different approach or a series of different approaches, then you have to look at what it is that you're doing ultimately. Is it feasible? Is it realistic? And what is it that you need to do to think to get to reach where it is that you want to reach? Number 17, being on guard and accurately, acutely aware of your self-talk daily. And what strategies that you can employ to assist with your reboot, any self-destructive talk, when it does creep up into your thinking, to get you back on track. Now, certainly, there could be 100 of these. The next thing I want to do is to, once again, if you like the content, please subscribe at tevolution1re@gmail.com. Next, we're going to go into what I call the CEO checklist. See if you're ready, willing, and able to make this move. Be right back. All right, we're back at you. Leroy Muhammad, life coach. This Turn Your Passion into Profits podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe at tevolution1re@gmail.com. That's tevolution, the number 1, re@gmail.com. We're going to go over what I have put together. I don't know how this is going to, affect you, but hopefully it gets you thinking about things that you may not have thought about before. All right, here we go. This is a 25-point checklist to gauge your readiness to escape the corporate plantation and awakening you the possibilities of the reality that you may be more ready than you think to do for self. All right, here we go. Number one, are you tired of the proverbial hamster wheel where you feel like you're running in place and you're really not making as much progress as you would like? Next one, are you unsatisfied and stressed in your present job or career? Number three, is your job a toxic and hostile work environment? I'm not going to add any commentary, just going to let them ride, because obviously there's not a whole lot that needs to be added to these. Next one, are you tired of being the last hired, but the first fired? Next one, are you tired of small incremental raises and bonuses? Next one, have you ever trained your replacement and the results were a disaster? Next one, have you ever said to yourself, oh man, I'm too young? The next one, have you ever told yourself, oh, I'm too old? Have you ever told yourself, I'm just a woman, I really don't think that I'll be able to make an impact? Or have you ever said to yourself, the next one, I'm just a guy, I'm just an average guy. No one wants to listen to me. I really don't have anything to offer. The next one, have you ever told yourself, I'm just a Black man? Or have you ever told yourself, oh, I'm just a Black woman? Like, certainly nobody would listen to what it is that I have to say. The next one, is fear of failure holding you back? The next one, is fear of success holding you back? Next one, does your upline exhibit narcissistic or antisocial behaviors? Next one, is negative self-talk holding you back? These are just some things for you to consider. And there's a lack of support system holding you back. Is your upline sexist or racist? Have you ever been unceremoniously fired or let go or shown the door and had to gather your belongings and put them in a box and be escorted out? I've seen this happen. Many of you have as well. Tired of being uninspired at the end of the day? Does your upline steal your ideas and present them as their own? Is your boss or upline an energy vampire? Does your upline uninspire? Do they inspire, motivate, teach, and train with enthusiasm? And if you give corporate America 8, 10, 12 hours, how much time, energy, and resources are you willing to invest in yourself? And the last one, here's the big one. Imagine you lost your job. You have no savings. You can't borrow anything from friends or family. What would you do in the next 30 days to replace your income and create revenue for you and your family? And after you have taken this assessment, which one best fits your situation? You may be ready now. You may have a few thoughts and ideas, but you're just not sure how to proceed. And if you've come up with an additional 25, move now, get out now, make the change now. Just adding a little levity to the situation. Sometimes we need to look in the mirror, to look at ourselves in a realistic way, because we all have this image of ourselves. And whether that's the case or not, this information is just meant to inspire you, motivate you. You may be more ready for self-employment than you realize. Well, I think that'll do it. Once again, for this segment of the Turn Your Passion into Profits podcast, I'm Life Coach Leroy Muhammad. Once again, if you like this content, please subscribe.